Hello, Andy Graham with Hobo Traveler. I'm in Sosua, Dominican Republic. I'm going to tell you how to find a cheap room. I can find a $10 room anywhere on the planet. I wanted to put on this song by The Who because it's basically what is happening. I don't know if you know this song, but I'll put it on. Okay. Okay, what's happening in the I have a travel website. So basically how you monetize a website most of the time is by selling reservations. I don't do it. Why don't I do it? Because I haven't been able to figure out a way to do it in an honorable way. Okay. Everybody as a group is trying to screw you. And I pray you don't get fooled again. Okay. I thought it was an appropriate song. The whole real estate business, in a way, hotels is it's a real estate scam. They all work together as a group to all misinform you so that you make a bad deal. Okay, today's lesson, number 2, is about why not to get a reservation. Okay? And I've got some notes here, so I'm going to try to go through them. Okay. On a website, what you do is you are inducing somebody to go and make a reservation to rent something they have never seen. I gotta shut this off. Bottom line, meet the new boss, same as the no boss. The whole real estate scam that's happening in the last 10, 20 years culminated in the economy of the world going down. What's happening with the real estate scam is nothing compared to what's going on real estate deals outside the United States, on hotel deals. They are inflating the prices 20 times higher than what they should, and they are basically screwing. This is contrary to my best money interest, but I will only give recommendations on property, on something that I would do. I try my darndest not to make reservations. Why? Well, first of all, I want the best room in the hotel, and I want the best room in the city. I really don't want to live in crap. I want luxury. People think, oh, you're a hobo traveler, blah, blah, blah. This is crap. Just get a life. I'm just like anybody else. I'm just a guy that wants the best possible value for the best possible money. And I want to love the hotel after I leave it. So, how do you do that? Well, first of all, you can't buy a picture. You got to buy a room. Okay, if the travel industry really wanted to give you a good room, they would be making a video of every single room and showing you the inside and out, showing you exactly the location, showing you the pros and cons, whatever. That's not what they do. What they do is they show you the least amount of information and try to get you to buy a pig in a poke. Okay, so what do? I go into a city and I interview the room. When I go in a hotel, I was in New York, I got a reservation in, I don't know, Clarion or something like that, $85. The Wi-Fi didn't work. I walked up there just like I do anywhere else, checked out the Wi-Fi, it don't work. So I changed rooms. They're looking at me like, wow, nobody ever did that. But we each have a bundle of needs, okay, with what we want from a hotel. One person wants a swimming pool, one person wants the restaurant, the other one wants the bar, the other one wants the, location. There's different things. They should be selling the specific feature than getting reviews for the specific feature that you are interested, not a general overall thing. First of all, let's talk about reviews. Think about it. Reviews. What a scam. A person that stays in a hotel 2 weeks of their life, maybe 2 hotels, is going to be able to make a decision on what a good hotel is? It's not possible. Now, rightly so, a business traveler discussing the pros and cons of the Sheraton versus the Hilton probably could. But that's not your 99% of your reviews. Your reviews are done by a person that lives in a hotel 1 or 2 times a year, and you wouldn't know a good hotel if you had one. I mean, I can walk into any hotel and tear it apart in minutes. I remember being, oops, I can't say about that country. I was in a 5-star hotel many times, and I can make a list just in seconds of the problems. Bottom line is, reviews is just a game. It's just a way to pump up a hotel. They game themselves. They turn around and get on TripAdvisor. They write their own reviews. Then they get their friends to write the reviews. And it's just a game. Nothing real. Okay. And then they're tricky. I used to have Hoboontheroad on my website. Hoboontheroad is like a scam. It's got great priced hotels on there. They found a bunch of cheap rooms and whatever, but then they'll sell a room and they'll say the price of the room is $10, but only if you rent 3. Well, what is it? Is a room 10 or is it 30? So they got these little games going on. The whole thing is to confuse you until you agree to rent. Okay. When I was in Kenya, what's happening right now on an international level on reservations is they're starting resorts in the middle of nowhere. I was in Kenya. Let's see, where was it? Nanyuki. North of Nanyuki, they were telling me they had a Maasai resort. And I sit there and I go, wait a minute. The Maasais are over towards Tanzania. They don't even live over there. So what they did is they made a resort. They bring everybody there. They pump in a bunch of people. And then they sell it as a pig and a poke. So basically, you're going to a reservation. Now, this is becoming rampant in places like the Caribbean, where they can actually make a little resort. The person really don't know it, and they put them all inside, and they sell you services. See, they get to do it really cheap because they're not close to anything interesting. And then they get you to go to the reservation. Now, it is an all-inclusive, whatever, and there are reasons to do this, but it's not as simple as that. Reservations also will get you, in Iquitos, Peru, they'll actually take you right from the plane, right to the lodge, and you'll never even see the city to know that you got a bad deal. If they really... Okay, I want my vacation to be a good value. What is a good value? A good value is when everybody's happy. Now, that means that I know that I got a good deal for my money. Now, I stay longer. Okay, so if I stay for 3 weeks, it's going to be pretty evident after 3 weeks whether my hotel was a good hotel or not. The person that stays for 2 days never knows, right? And I'm not sure they care. The reason why they don't care is because it's champagne type of thing. We've been living in a slum, working hard all year long, and what do we want to do? We want to go on vacation, and we want to be a big spender. So it's all about ego, which is great, which is fine, but don't complain about the price then. But what is your motivation? Is your motivation to get a good deal and really feel good, or is your, the art of travel is to optimize your trip. Okay, I want the best room and whatever. So when I go into a hotel, I'm going to pick, the first 2 hours, I'm going to do a lot of work trying to make sure that my 10 days I stay in the hotel are wonderful. I'm not, biggest problem outside the United States is noise. Amazing how many hotels or 5-star hotels are just on the most noisiest places on the planet. It's the reason for air conditioning. It can stop the noise. Without air conditioning, okay, third thing is, now, when you're traveling inside the United States, there are reasons for reservations where it works. But in the third world, outside, 85% of the planet, they're too disorganized to even have a reservation. Halfway run it. Now, the big chains like Hilton, all these things, those are business travelers. They need a room that is for a business guy that is supposed to be as good as his home, and he's basically shouldn't think about it. But that's not culture, right? We're not going for wonderful culture. We're going for just a little piece of America put on top of another country. So the Hilton in Nairobi or something is not the culture. So did you come for the country? If you came for the country and you're going to try to get the local culture, then the reservation is got to be in a room that is not channeled or a tract or a chain or something that guarantees that you get the exact same thing that is not the country. Okay, I want the country. I travel to countries to enjoy the country, but if you make a reservation with the Latino, it's like I hope they write it down. Okay, any country on the planet, it's amazing. I sit there while they're writing reservations down. They're scribbling the thing down. They got this scrambled thing. It's very difficult to keep reservations. I mean, you got this channel thing. You think that any hotel below $100 a night has this system to really do this? It's just not. It just doesn't work. It's basically a piece of paper. Many times on a really busy place like here where I'm at right now, they would actually have people show up and have overbookings. I've seen many people sleeping on the thing. Okay, right now BBC bought the British Broadcasting Company, the England thing, bought the Lonely Planet guidebook. Now what are they going to do? They're probably going to shift the whole thing to being monetized by internet clicks and stuff, because you can get a commission of $25 as opposed to selling the book for $25, and it's just digital stuff. And the whole gauntlet of people, I call it the gauntlet of misinformation. The whole group is trying to screw you. Everybody. It's the same as the real estate business. It's the same as everything. They are all working together. One of my friends one time said, never take advice from somebody that could make money by giving you bad advice. There isn't anybody that's willing to tell you the truth. Now, I'm telling you the truth. You don't need a reservation. Okay, now, I say that. Now, grow up. Yes, there are times when you need a reservation. Grow up. I'm tired. This is not a all or nothing thing. There is no simple solution. There are times when I've gotten reservations. I flew into New York. I was going to be there for one night. Boom. I just couldn't justify spending the $50 worth of labor to roam around the city when I only had a certain amount of time. There are times when I need, but normally if I'm going to get a reservation, it's for one night and then I do it. Now, there are places, if you have to splurge, you have to prove to your friends that you went to the most expensive place on the planet at the busiest time of the year. Yeah, you're going to pay. Might as well bend over. Okay. Think about credit cards. Keeping a credit card online is very dangerous. I only use a credit card or an ATM machine in the ATM machine. I don't use these things. Now, rightly so, if you go into a hotel that's costing you $300 a day, you're going to have to use one, and then you're going to have to risk your whole credit and things. I don't really understand what's going on with the world. They all act like these countries are honest. Gone, they're not. They're very corrupt. Of course, what we do is we think that what applies in America somehow can be shifted to all cultures, like politically correct. That what people do in the United States is the same as what they do other places. It's wrong. The whole world's just one big grab bag. You don't have any recourse here if they get your credit card. You don't have any recourse here. I mean, they're asking for bribes in the street from the tourists. And then you're going to get a reservation. I'm in the Caribbean right now. I'm not in, Africa. Bottom line is, I don't get a reservation. Let me see that. Okay. Why do we make a reservation? I think because we're afraid. We want to guarantee that our family, our children, our whole trip is good, right? So we're sitting there in the house, sitting on the computer, looking at 4 pictures. Now, to me, we have a website called hobohideout.com where they can put up 60 photos and they can put up videos and stuff. The goal of this website is that it's for hotels, but it's it's kind of to force the hotel to give you an overabundance of information. But they don't. They still want to just give you the icing off the top. Any hotel that's only giving you 2 photos, come on. In this day and age, digital information, they could give you videos for 4 hours showing you the thing. If you really want the hotel, you want more. yeah, you don't want all these photos. You know, it starts out with a little, then it grows. If you really wanted to buy a house, you need to go look at it. If you really want a room, you really want more than what they have. Okay, they're not doing that. They're all working against you, trying to give you this features, benefits. But first of all, always remember you're buying your specific features. You're not buying a group of features. What you care about is the reason why you're going to the hotel. I want, you know, high-speed internet. First priority. I want quiet. I want a great location that I don't have to get in a taxi every time I move. And I don't want to be walking out the door having a bunch of dinglings scream at me every time I walk out the door. I hate tourists. They come around, I mean not the tourists, but the tourist areas. You're going to walk out, the taxi driver's going to honk at you, scream at you. Everybody's grab, grab, grab. It's not. In 5 stars, the worst place to live, in my opinion, because you're surrounded by all the touts. Okay. One of the things I want you to realize is what is the best hotel. And the biggest reason to not rent a room over the on a reservation is the really best hotels don't need reservations. Basically, they're full 24 hours a day, every day of the week, all year round. Why? Because they're such a great value that people just come and fill them up all the time. They have walk-ins, they have people just bothering them to rent their room. Now, one thing that you don't realize also is sometimes the best hotel, you know, they don't go over next door and look at the hotel next to them. So you can have a hotel with 20 times better features that's half the price, because they don't really know what the other hotel's doing. And then if their sense of fairness is good, they think, well, this is a good price, they're happy with the price. And they're full all the time. Now, a hotel that's completely full there's a reason. Now, it is sometimes just a great marketing plan, which is 90% of the thing right now. But are you buying a marketing plan or a room? Okay. All you're doing with a reservation, you know, in simple terms, is guaranteeing that you got a room. So how do I deal with reservations? If I'm afraid, I get it for one night. Now, you got to be careful here. If you're going to go to Paris or one of these places in high season, and you got your family, you know, children and stuff, yeah, you may want to go ahead and get a reservation. But if you're in the back of your mind, you have to remember that you're committing to something that you can't see. So, does the money matter to you? It should and it shouldn't. Sometimes it should and sometimes it shouldn't. This is the $1,000,000 question. Now, you should always, please, just always pray to God. Get on your knees and pray you don't get fooled again. Do not believe these guys are trying to help you. None of them are. They're all trying to screw you. Okay, so basically don't trust anybody. Okay, now, when you get your price, then you got to get the cost that goes with it, the transportation to the places you want to do. Like, I want the room closest to where I'm going to do it. So I'm very close to the beach right here. I'm close to all the shops. It saves on taxi drives and stuff like that. And I got all these spinning costs that come into the price of the room that people sort of, I don't know why they ignore them, but they do. If you tally up, you know, the distance for transportation, the cost of, you know, like all these add-ons, like, you know, there's places that charge you for internet by the hour. Well, you know, it's a bundle of services. Okay. Bottom line, if you want the best price for a room, don't get a reservation. Try never to. What you want to do is land in the morning and walk around and find a place. There is always a room. Okay, very, very seldom is there. just no rooms in the city. I mean, this is they're acting like there's 100% occupancy. Most hotels, especially the big 5-star ones, always have vacancies. But there's always a room, and you have to believe that. And there's always a $10 room. I've stayed in. I figured it out. It must be between 800 and 1,400 rooms. I don't really know, but I can walk into any room and tell you instantly whether it makes me happy. Now, what makes you happy is not the same as what makes me happy. And I'm not saying you have to get a $10 room. What I'm saying is that you get the room that fits your benefits and needs. I would live in a $100 room for certain places, for certain reasons. But what I'm always looking for is the $300 a month budget. Okay. Well, bottom line is, first rule of getting lesson 1, we said use a guidebook so you know where the cheap rooms are located in the city. This one I'm saying is don't give the reservations unless you're forced to. Andy, Hobo Traveler in Sosua, Dominican Republic, trying to go into step-by-step how to get the best hotel room for the best value, and you know, I want you to leave on your vacation. I want you to come home and know that everything you purchased you felt good about, because that is a vacation. If you think that you got this doubt in your mind, always this doubt in your mind, did I do good, did I do good, it really destroys the country. I have trouble with Mexico. I got cheated so much in Mexico that I got like this resentment towards the country. But Mexico's no different than all the others. It's just that when I was young and I was starting to travel, I started in Mexico. I want the experience to be good. If you're going on a year vacation, this kind of video is invaluable. But okay, Andy, Hobo Traveler. We have about 100 websites for expats around the planet, where we're going to try to zero in on the rent by the month rooms, and I recommend that. Much better way to see the world than this vacation stuff. Andy, Hobo Traveler.